Hey everyone, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we're going on a bit of a cartoon physics adventure to uncover the hidden science behind literally one of humanity's oldest inventions. We're talking about the absolute magic of bows and archery. Now, whether you've seen them in your favorite animated movies, read about them in fantasy books, or maybe even tried holding one yourself, there is an incredible amount of science packed into what is basically just a simple stick and string. We're going to break it all down step by step right here in our virtual physics lab today.
So I want to kick things off with a question that honestly might just blow your mind. Did you know that the string of a bow doesn't actually shoot the arrow? Seriously, most people look at a bow and just sort of assume all the magic is happening in that tightly pulled string. But the string? It's really just the messenger. It's essentially just along for the ride. The real hero of this story, the part doing all the heavy lifting and storing all the power, is the bow itself. To give you a quick roadmap of our adventure, let's just run through 5 spectacular archery science facts that perfectly summarize the physics we'll be exploring today. Number 1, bows are actually mechanical batteries. 2, the bending limbs, not the strings, store all the energy. 3, a principle called Hooke's law means the bow actually feels heavier the further you pull it back. 4, something called the archer's paradox makes the arrow wiggle and bend like a swimming fish in midair. And 5, modern compound bows use pulleys to basically give you super strength. We're going to explore every single one of these.
All right, Section 1, a brief history of archery. Time traveling with a stick and string. Let's hop into our cartoon time machine for a second to see where this incredible tool actually came from. It's a journey that literally spans tens of thousands of years. The origins of the bow and arrow are totally prehistoric. I mean, bone arrow points dating back a staggering 61,000 years have been discovered in Sibidu Cave down in South Africa. For thousands of years, different cultures perfected this tool for survival. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and you've got the mighty English longbow. This massive weapon as tall as a person, just dominating historical landscapes. But, technology never stops. In 1966, a man named Hollis Wilbur Allen completely revolutionized archery by inventing the modern compound bow, adding mechanical wheels and cables to that ancient stick and string.
Moving right along to Section 2, how does a bow work? Welcome back to the Cartoon Physics Lab. Okay, let's roll up our sleeves. We've got to clear up the biggest misconception in archery. People constantly confuse bows with slingshots. In a slingshot, the frame is completely stiff, right? You pull back a stretchy rubber band, and that elastic band stores all the power. Well, a bow works in the exact opposite way. The string on a bow does not stretch at all. Instead, when you pull the string, you are actually bending the solid limbs of the bow. The stick is what bends, and the stick is what stores the power. And that brings us to this absolutely fantastic scientific concept. A bow is, for all intents and purposes, a mechanical battery. Think about a regular battery in your favorite device. It stores electrical energy to use later. A bow acts as an energy converter. When you pull the string back, you're taking the chemical energy from your own muscles and transferring it directly into the bending limbs of the bow, where it's stored as elastic potential energy. The bow is basically holding on to your hard work, just waiting for your command to unleash the whole shebang. Let's break this down into 3 super simple steps. Imagine you're holding a bow right now. Step 1 is the draw. As you pull the string back, Hooke's law kicks in. The further you bend those stiff, elastic limbs, the harder it gets, and the more potential energy you store. Step 2 is the hold. You are at maximum tension now. That energy is locked in place, held entirely by your vibrating muscles. Then, step 3, the release. The very moment you let go of that string, the bent limbs rapidly snap back to their original straight position. All that stored potential energy instantly transforms into kinetic energy, the energy of motion, launching the arrow forward at an incredible speed. And this brilliantly sets up our next mind-bending fact, the archer's paradox. When that massive burst of kinetic energy hits the back of the arrow doesn't just fly perfectly rigid, it actually bends. Because the arrow has to sort of maneuver around the handle of the bow to fly straight, that sudden violent force makes the arrow's shaft flex and wiggle side to side through the air. If you watch it in extreme slow motion, the arrow literally swims and fishtails exactly like a fish, stabilizing itself as it speeds right toward the target. It's wild to watch.
Section 3, fun archery science experiments. Try this in your imagination.
To really cement this idea, let's just visualize a couple of everyday objects to see exactly how this energy storage actually works. So, if you stretch a rubber band, the band itself is stretching, right?
The energy is stored right there in the rubber. That's our slingshot. But now, imagine taking a stiff plastic school ruler and bending it back with your finger. The string you'd use to pull it wouldn't stretch. The stiff plastic ruler itself is what bends. The energy is stored in the tension of that stiff plastic. When you let go, snap, the ruler springs forward. That is exactly how the limbs of a bow operate.
Moving on to Section 4, Archery in the Real World, the magic of modern engineering. Okay, let's dive into how this ancient concept has evolved today. We're moving from primitive sticks straight into the realm of high-tech modern engineering. Enter the compound bow. Now, this isn't just a stick and string anymore. A compound bow utilizes this brilliant system of cables and strings, oval-shaped pulleys situated at the very ends of the limbs. These pulleys aren't perfectly round, by the way. They're called cams. And by using these cams, the bow provides a massive mechanical advantage. It completely changes the rules of how the bow feels when you pull it back. Which brings us to the compound bow's absolute greatest superpower, the let-off. With a traditional bow, the further you pull, the heavier it gets, which makes it really hard to hold steady and aim. But the cams on a compound bow are ingeniously designed to rotate and suddenly drop the weight you have to hold at the very end of the draw. You can have an 80% let-off. That means if you're pulling a really heavy, powerful 70-pound bow, the moment you reach full draw, the cams take over and you only have to hold about 14 pounds of pressure. So you get all the explosive power of a 70-pound shot, but you can hold it perfectly steady with just a fraction of the effort. It's a real game changer. Now, whether you're using a traditional bow or a compound bow, once that arrow is in the air, it becomes a projectile. And projectiles, well, they have to fight gravity. If you shoot a heavy, powerful bow, the arrow travels incredibly fast, meaning gravity has much less time to pull it down, so it flies in a very, very straight line. But if you use a lighter bow with less stored energy, the arrow travels slower. Gravity has way more time to act on it, pulling it down in this curved trajectory. So to put that into perspective, with a lighter bow, the archer actually has to aim much higher just to hit the exact same target. It's pure physics in action. Section 5, Safety and Common Problems. This is when physics fights back. Now, science is fascinating, for sure, but it also demands respect. Before we go any further, I need to give a very important safety disclaimer. Archery involves storing and releasing massive amounts of kinetic energy. It absolutely requires strict adult supervision and proper training. Never, ever try to shoot a bow alone without a trained adult, and please never use equipment that is damaged or broken. Safety always, always comes first, folks. So, what can go wrong? Well, bows are designed to flex in one specific direction. They have a compressive side and a flexible side. If you try bending a bow backwards, the materials will instantly snap. But actually, scratch that. The biggest physics failure of all is something called dry firing. Remember how we said the bow is a battery storing up all that energy meant for the arrow? Well, if you pull the string back and release it without an arrow knocked on the string, that violent, explosive kinetic energy has absolutely nowhere to go. Instead of pushing an arrow, the energy ricochets directly back into the limbs of the bow itself. This violent shockwave will literally shatter the bow into pieces. The energy always has to go somewhere. We've seen how human ingenuity basically took a piece of wood and some string, applied the laws of physics, and created a mechanical battery that literally changed history. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a simple stick and string can store so much incredible power, what other everyday objects around you are secretly mechanical batteries, just waiting to be unleashed? Keep your eyes open, stay curious, and hey, thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Until next time, keep exploring the magic of physics all around you.